Welcome to Circle Shenanigans live. I'm Brother Paul. Joining us this week, we have our fantastic guest. We've got the one and only Johnny Bubba Adkins. How's it going?
Oh, great. Thanks for having me on here.
Absolutely.
I've always been waiting to do this show.
And of course, we've got the one and only IWR favorite, of course, Forever Young. How are you?
We're not so fair. It depends on who you ask. I'm good.
Certain people. But
I'm good.
I enjoy watching you. You're good. And of course, we've got my other co-host who can't be with us, but can be at the same time. Of course, Reese. How are you, Reese?
Doing well. How about you guys?
Good.
Doing good.
Well, they've already said it offline, so we'll say it. Congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
What's your degree on?
Communications.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect for this job.
This is why he helps. He helps teach me. He goes to college
degree.
and then
That's
he
great.
teaches me.
Father Marquise has a degree in communications as well.
Nice.
All right. So we're just gonna kind of get into it a little bit. We'll talk about IWR a little bit here and there, and then we'll get into how you guys got into wrestling. Of course, who are some of your favorites, and then what are some of your guys' goals. Great. So with that being said, we'll start with you, Reese. Go on ahead.
So this question's for Johnny.
Okay.
So we're growing up. So you're a promoter for Metro Pro Wrestling, correct?
Correct, yes.
So did you always want to be a promoter or a referee?
Well, I've always been a fan to start. I was going to all the independent shows in the area, making my signs, grabbing their front row seats, being there early. And a buddy of mine who was wrestling at the time named Maynard Arneck talked me into promoting and got me hooked on it. So, yeah, promoting's as far as I'll go. I don't exactly have the best physique for wrestling. So, yeah, I love promoting.
Nice. And how long have you had Metro Pro Wrestling?
We started in 2001, so we're going on 23 years in November. We're actually the second longest running promotion in Michigan after XICW, my friend Malcolm Monroe. So, yeah, 23 years.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen some of your matches on YouTube. I haven't been able to make it out in person, but I mean, you put on some great shows.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Have to get you out there one time.
Yes, sir.
Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, we'll go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's talk with Forever Young. Explain. Tell us a little bit about you and how you got into wrestling and what made you want to be a wrestler.
So I got into wrestling inside, I think it was 2002, because I remember seeing it was when John Cena first debuted. I got into wrestling because my mom's friend won tickets on the radio to SmackDown, and I think when you win tickets, you win 4. And she took her son, and we were the same age, we're kids, and son took me. And I remember the uncle was an artist, and he wanted to make us signs. And so I remember the son had a Kurt Angle sign. And me, I didn't watch wrestling, didn't know anything about it, but who's one wrestler that everybody knew in 2002? The Rock. So I took a The Rock sign, and he wasn't on the show. My other guy had a Kurt Angle sign, and I remember his music hit, and the Team Angle came out. So I've been watching ever since then, really. And I got into wrestling during the pandemic because I had just moved by myself, and I wasn't doing anything, so I was like, a lot of people told me I should go to wrestling school, so I went to wrestling school. That's how that happened.
Where'd you go to school at?
I went to the House of Truth. Yeah, I was a big Truth Martini fan already.
I've heard that name quite a bit on our show. He's taught quite a bit of people.
He's a legend.
Yeah,
for sure.
Interesting. What's one of the biggest pieces of advice that you've taken away from him?
Truth Martini. Oh, the something that he told me that became super true that I always think about is when he said, in wrestling, you're going to hear a lot of contradictions. One person is going to tell you this works, and another person is going to tell you just the opposite. So you got to just listen to both, and then just, I always think about that. One person might hate the name Forever Young. Some people might think that's a horrible name. You need to change it. Nobody's going to take you seriously. And then another person's like, oh, that's unique. You're going to stand out. It's going to be great. And it's like, what the... a lot of people in wrestling, sometimes they think that they're right, but it's all just opinions.
Nice. And
This question's for both of you. Over your years in wrestling, who do you feel both of you have the best chemistry with in and out of the ring?
interesting.
Okay, so most chemistry in the ring. So I was friends with Max for a long time, and we teamed and wrestled each other. So I'd have to pick him because there was one point where we were wrestling like every week, and we wrestled in a one-on-one match in like 5 different promotions. So we always wrestled, and we always had a pretty good match. We're brand new in 2021, and we wrestled all the time. And then we teamed up with each other, and we won awards, won championships, and we were together like every single day. So I had to pick Max, probably who I had the most chemistry with.
Nice.
Top Gun, Maximilian.
Top Gun.
Nice.
And I would probably give that same answer, as Max is in the Bubba family office, and along with Roddy Suavino and T Nix. And Max, yeah, definitely Max and Roddy are the two that get along with the best, I think. And you, of course.
You get along with them?
Yeah, I get along with them
along
pretty
with
good.
them?
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Get along, work well with them. We have a good flow going out there.
I guess not Jason Hotch, your champion for like 3 years.
Jason Hotch, yes.
3
He's
years.
phenomenal. I don't have to talk
4
about
years.
Hotch. He knows how phenomenal he is.
So how long has he been champ?
So. Well, like
Let's
you
be
said,
real.
yeah,
Let's be real.
he had
3,
he had
4,
the
5,
title.
6.
He had the title for quite a many years there, but I mean, well deserved. He earned it, and
Sounds like he's turning into the independence and Roman Reigns.
Roman
He was
Reigns.
Roman before.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay,
If anything,
okay.
Roman Reigns is copying off Jason
Ah.
Hotch.
So it seems like
Hotch is
WWE's
the
taking it
originator.
from you.
Right, exactly.
Mm.
Hotch is the originator. He's had the belts, many years.
Gotcha.
Yes, but like I said again, well deserved. And Jason Hotch is a top notch performer. Say that.
Most definitely. It's in the name, top notch,
Right, exactly. And he's more than earned that title because the guy can do it all. He's wrestled many great opponents in Metro Pro just alone, like Elijah Burke and a lot of other ones, Jack Price. List goes on, and everybody he gets in the ring with, it's a great match.
Like here at
One
here-
bad Jason Hotch match.
hmm Yeah, he's a fan favorite here at IWR, and even though he's playing a heel here at IWR, portraying a heel, people still love him. No one boos him.
Yeah, and he just won a title there, correct? IWR.
Yes, IWR US champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat Myron Reed for that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Myron Reed, you know Myron Reed. So
I was
beating
there.
him is and you team up with IWR with Ace Evans a lot.
Yeah.
With speaking of that, Forever Young, do you have like a tag team name brewing up?
No, we don't actually. Right now, we're just sticking with best friends. All right, but it's trademark, so we don't figure it out. We have to.
I was gonna say, as soon as I thought of a few already. But
Oh,
All right,
well,
there you go.
share them. Maybe you can spark
we'll
something.
do that off.
Okay,
off.
okay.
No, why
Yeah,
not? We're here.
Hey, we're taking the suggestions, so let us know. Let me
Why
and
don't you
Ace
just
know.
throw one out here. Throw one up.
Just
out there.
one?
Yeah, just throw one out right now.
The Young Aces.
Young
Aces.
Aces. It's
I was
so-
thinking Forever Aces. Or
That's another
Aces
one, that's
Forever.
another one I had actually.
Or Aces Forever.
Aces.
I like them.
There's a
Yeah,
few.
good. Yeah, there's so much you
Young
can do with that.
Aces.
And A7's always. I heard you guys were teaming up. I'm like, wow, that's just like different.
It is. It is different.
Two different styles, in my opinion.
It is. It is.
So yeah, but I mean, you guys are doing great over there from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we just, I'm more flash. Hey, we both like to hit hard. All right,
That's the key
we
point
got
right
that
there.
in common.
That's
We
the
both
key
hit
point.
Oh,
hard.
there you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, what else you got, Reese? I asked him quite a bit. So ahead.
So this question's for Johnny about. So you said you've been doing this since 2001 with Metro Pro Wrestling.
Right.
Out of the years of doing shows, is there one show that sticks out to you the most?
I'm gonna say the December show this past year. It was headlined by Hotch and Chris Sabin. And we also had Johnny Bravo versus AVZ on there. Forever Young was a part of that show. And to me, that show just flowed right from the beginning. It was just so smooth, the whole show.
And Forever Young was on there losing his Heritage champ,
Maybe that's
losing
why I
for the
like it.
first time,
Yikes.
for getting pinned at Metro Pro for the first time in over a year, losing his Heritage Championship. over a year reign.
Right, but
Great match. Shouts out Tanner Nix.
Hey, all
Yeah, right.
all the good things have to come to an end for a better thing to appear.
Yeah, true. And I mean, with that show, like I said, it just like flowed from the beginning to the end. It just went so smooth. The fans, everyone was happy. The wrestlers, the fans, everyone. So that's all you can really ask for. I want to make sure that the fans go home happy each and every show.
Nice.
That's my main goal. So.
How often do you hold shows?
Well, last year we ran a show every month. This year I'm slowing it down a little bit, taking a few breaks here and there, But yeah, I've ran years where I've ran every month, and I've ran years where I've ran like 7 or 8 shows a year.
Okay.
It's a draining job. It really is. Right. Putting a show together is really draining.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot out of you, and then the show, you got to deal with the show, getting it ready, and then after the show's over, you got all the cleanup, and it's just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no partners like that work with me in Metro Pro. I'm solo, so everything's all on me.
Okay. And do you stick to one area, or do you travel the show?
We stick downriver, like Wyandotte. I do go do a couple of shows in Southgate, here and there. So, but we try and stay downriver.
I remember when I was younger, because my grandma still lives downriver, and I would drive by and I'd always see the signs, Metro Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, we done. Yeah, RK there on Eureka. Yeah, I ran there for a few years. Now we're at the Downriver Council for the Arts in Wyandotte, which is a huge historical venue. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on in that venue. A lot of bands have played there in the past, concerts, and I just love that venue. That's probably my favorite venue. It's a lot more roomier than RK. RK was a little small for us. The ceilings were low. Couldn't do a whole lot of high spots, but that Downriver Council for the Arts definitely has the high ceilings and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. You can do more fun stuff like ladder matches and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Is there a dream spot for either of you to hold a show or to wrestle in?
Would you like to wrestle it?
I would love to wrestle in Japan. That's my answer. Japan. And if it's United States, then it's probably Massachusetts. They have really good wrestling in Massachusetts.
I'll stay local and say Ford Field. Yeah, if I could do a show at Ford Field, pull that off, that would be right 100%. There. I wouldn't even have to leave the country or just stay right here in Michigan. Ford Field, yes, that would be
Ford
great.
Field it up.
Yes, Bubba Mania. Metro Mania.
There you go.
Perfect.
Nice.
I'll split 2 questions so even in one type of way. So first for you as a promoter type of thing, what's some of the struggles you face as a promoter at certain times, if you can talk about it? And like what's one of your top things as a promoter that you can say you do? And then as a superstar, wrestling for this promoter and other promoters, do you see like what differences do you see, if you can say a few of them, and other promoters that you work with? And like, is there a certain wrestler you'd want to see in a promotion or wrestle in his promotion? I know they're very detailed. I'm sorry, but
as for like the struggles of running a show, it's just like running a show is it can be so unpredictable. You have your card in mind, what you want to do, but things happen. Wrestlers can't show up,
right?
Or they're late, or they need to leave early, so you have to put them on earlier in the show. So that can I like to have my card planned out before the show, but a lot of times I'll have to make changes that night, like hours before.
Okay.
Because things happen, right. And it's a lot of time it's not in anybody's control, But just that's probably the roughest part, just having to roll with the punches. You gotta just be ready to have a quick backup plan at all times. You always gotta have a plan B. Always. The greatest thing was that the other part, the greatest part of it?
What's one of the biggest?
The fans. I love the smile on the fans when they leave, or they message me when they leave and say, that was a great show. Thank you. That feeling right there, it just makes all the struggles worth it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, I've numerous fans message me after shows telling me what a great show it was. And that's a great feeling. Yeah. What about you? Who would you like to see at MPW?
All right. So who would I like to face? I would like to face. So I like to face Trey Lamar because it was supposed to happen and
Okay.
didn't.
Yes, that was
Okay.
Last year, I had like 3 opponents that I was supposed to wrestle that didn't happen. I was so
They were
upset.
ready for all of them, huh?
and that
Okay,
plays into
okay.
the
Yeah.
struggles of people
That's
canceling.
right. That's
or-
fair.
Well, not just at
Understandable.
your show.
Right.
All
Oh,
three,
that-
all
that
three,
multiple different
all
places.
3 were
Okay.
at Metro Pro.
Okay.
But I was supposed to
Okay.
wrestle Isaiah Bronner. That one
Right.
didn't happen, but I broke my wrist.
Yeah.
The reason why. And then Santana Jackson, I was supposed to wrestle, but the show got canceled. Like all
okay.
these, I did promos for these shows,
Right,
thinking
right,
I'm about
right,
to do them, or these matches, thinking I'm about to do them, and I didn't. So some people that I would like to see there though is like probably like other than like big like next level like people in WWE.
I was gonna say, you could say a few independent and then some bigger names. of course.
Yeah, some I would like to see some of the next like the big independent names like Alec Price,
Okay.
Yes.
Calvin Tankman, pretty much like any of the big indie names, like Leo Rush,
Right.
someone like that, would be cool. Hi, Forever Young fan.
No.
And
Antonio. Yeah.
then
Great
like
guy.
Davenport, you don't know that person, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio Davenport.
Oh,
for
I
sure.
thought you
He's
thought-
he's a super fan.
I thought you
Oh, yeah.
meant I thought you meant Antonio Frio.
Oh no, I do know him though. Too.
Oh.
But Davenport, yeah, good guy.
Yeah. Some the like bigger names I would like to see there is like pretty much anyone, like Sammy Callahan, Rhino, like pretty much anybody. Anybody that you bring out, I will be happy with personally. Yeah. My answer for real.
What legend? You know, spark your interest.
Legend.
Pick a
Oof.
name. Go with that one.
I'm on the spot here
I
with
know,
this
it's a
one.
little bit, yeah.
Well, he's thinking
Let's
about
see.
a match. I would like to see.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
like to see Forever Young versus R Truth.
Ooh,
I think that would be.
Why would that be
Hell,
a
that's
I think that
actually
would be-
that'd be a really good funny match.
See, there you
Really
go.
would.
Yeah.
Our truth would bring so
and
much
Forever
comedy
Young.
to it, and you bring the great wrestling
who's a
part.
legend I like? Thank y'all though. Our truth is funny.
I'm waiting for IWR to do Forever Young versus like Trey Miguel or somebody.
Oh wow,
That's what I
that'd be
want.
Nice.
So at the at IWR, my dream opponent is actually Rhino.
Okay,
I want to wrestle Rhino.
world title match.
See, sure, if he's still the champion, I would want to wrestle him for that. But I really like Ace Austin.
Okay,
I really like Ace Austin.
he's really good.
I love Chris Bay. This is a tag team.
ABC.
I like to wrestle them.
Yeah,
ABC
yeah.
is a tag team.
Great.
Myron, of course, is
Mhm.
cool as ever. I don't know
What
if you
about
can
Jonathan
written.
Grissom? I
Yeah,
think you guys would have a.
That's a good one,
another
too.
guy I
yeah.
think you would
Before
have
I
a great
rest,
match with.
before I broke my wrist, I used to like do a lot of technical wrestling, but now I don't really want nobody touching my wrist. So.
Right. That's-
And a lot of technical wrestling is wrist.
There you go. Anybody
Control.
wrestles Forever Young, work on the wrist.
Right.
Remember that.
We found his weak spot.
Yeah,
sadly.
we found his
It,
weakness.
it is though.
Boom.
It is.
What happens when you're on the spot? You just let things out
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Those kryptonite.
That legend. What do we got?
Oh man,
I know. Sorry.
I don't really know, to be honest. Like it's
We've
such
seen a lot in IWR. Sabu, Sandman, Rhino, Billy Gunn.
one of my
Yeah.
favorite wrestlers of all time is Edge, Adam Copeland. So bring Edge to
Hell yeah.
IWR.
That'd be cool. Adam Copeland versus Forever Young.
My other 2 favorite wrestlers, I have 3 favorite wrestlers: Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero. And obviously, you can't have Eddie Guerrero. Shawn Michaels is main trainer,
somewhere in NXT
Yeah.
doing his stuff.
yeah, in charge of WWE's NXT.
Daniel
So,
Garcia.
oh yeah, Daniel Garcia.
Yeah,
Bring
that's
it.
great.
If you bring it, I know my dream opponent. My dream opponent is actually Isaiah Cassidy
Okay.
Yes.
because he has a vlog and I have a vlog, and I want
A lot of
us.
similarities.
I want a
Vlog
vlog
v
with-
vlog.
Yes, that's my
I
dream
like that. I
opponent.
like
yes.
that.
Yes,
You guys
Be
could
the
have
guest
vlog,
on each
vlog
other's
beef.
vlogs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
exactly. He can give me some advice on how he gets so many thousands and thousands of views. I think I might have something to do with where he works, but
Possible.
How I feel about some people too.
yeah.
Uh,
But to be honest, before the end of this podcast, I'll let y'all know what legend. But right now, I don't know.
Still gotta think of-
Right. You got a lot.
There's a
You
lot
got
to
some
choose
time,
from.
so you're good.
For real,
Yeah.
for real.
Absolutely. Yes. All right.
Speaking. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say before we get too far.
So when we were talking earlier a little bit about IWR, So I've seen some independent promotions doing a show together, like a super show. Could you see IWR and MPW doing a super show together?
You know what? I would be more than welcome to working with Rhino or Gary, either one. I mean,
Shouts
IWR. Look at what all that IWR has accomplished in their short time running. I mean,
Oh yeah.
they're doing record crowds and bringing in great talent at each and every show. I've yet to make it to a show, unfortunately, because they're usually when I'm working on Thursday nights.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Surprised
Yeah.
you never been to one.
Yeah, I never have yet, and I plan on getting to one this year sometime. So, but yeah, like I said, if I would be more than welcome to running a show with those guys.
That'd be awesome.
They both know what they're
Huge
doing.
promotions.
Yeah,
Just gotta find somewhere in the middle.
Between us both, we have like a dream roster. Definitely.
Yeah, I know the answer to the legend. It's Ricky Morton.
Ooh,
Ricky Morton.
Okay.
Not Kerry Morton.
Nicest,
Ah.
nicest wrestler I've met
We're working
since
on
I
getting
became a
both of them,
wrestler.
actually.
Were you working on getting them
Working on getting them for the show too.
Oh.
for IWR or for here?
Here first.
Okay,
Then we'll
first.
talk about
Okay.
But,
them
yeah,
talking
it's-
Gary.
And his son Kerry's just as
Kerry,
nice.
I hung out with Kerry Morton for a whole day once. It was amazing. Great
I hung
guy.
out with him. We hung out with him. Out on the creek.
Great
Battle.
guy.
Yeah, we
Great
did.
guy, right?
Yeah, it was
He's
fun.
so cool and so fun.
He wrestled KJ Reynolds at Metro Pro.
And beat him.
Kerry
Kerry
Morton.
Reynolds
And
is
beat
pretty
him.
cool too.
Yeah, Kerry beat him with the help of Nate Matson, of course, who's also devious at IWR.
I enjoy Nate Matson. Nate
Oh, yeah.
Matson's up there. One of my favorites.
Nate's a legend, and it's like that guy to me. There's a lot of smart guys in wrestling that know their stuff, but he is probably like up here. Nate, that guy knows so much about the sport. He has so much good advice to offer people. You know, he's just phenomenal in everything that he knows about the sport. Like anytime I have a question, promoter question, or any other
Right.
question, he's one of the few I reach out to.
That's awesome.
I trust his word and his judgment, and yeah, he's a real good guy. Very smart.
Most definitely.
I had two questions. I lost one of them, so I'll have to come back to that one. But this one will be for both of you, and we'll give both of you a little bit of time to think. I have a feeling Johnny will answer this one a little bit quicker. We're gonna do. I do this question a lot. We're gonna do our Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Oh.
We're gonna have one main eventer, one mid card, a tag team, and a woman.
Oh,
So 5 people altogether, but 4 slots. And feel free, any generation, any time period. It can be indies even.
well,
but
my
your
main
top
eventer
people-
would definitely be Ric Flair.
Okay,
He'd definitely be on there, Flair.
I like that.
What you
Flair's
main
your main
eventer?
eventer. Top guy.
Yes.
So I know a Mount Rushmore of wrestling that I have in my head. So not, but they're all main eventers. So I have to think which one of those.
yeah, you have to pick
Which
one
one's the main
Because
eventer?
the way you did it is like, yeah, I have to pick which one is the main. To be honest,
I love
this-
doing that to people because I
so-
do sometimes I do the main, the main 4 or 5. But then
Yeah.
I'm like, let's throw a little loop in there and go multiple different things.
This is gonna be such a controversial answer. I'm sorry, but
Ooh.
I have to pick Hulk Hogan because
a lot
everyone
of people
knows.
pick him.
Everyone
Sorry.
knows Hulk Hogan. He's like the main, it's like wrestling, Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Like he's just a super legend. Everyone knows Hulk Hogan.
So Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan is
I have to
main
pick
eventers.
Hulk
That's our main
Hogan.
eventers. Mid
That's a
card.
hell of a main event.
Mid card.
Quite a good
Oh,
roster.
there's a great selection. Yeah, that's
Multiple.
multiple.
Is this rude for me to say mid Carter?
Depends on who it
That's
is.
why I'm
This
like.
is
That's
rude.
why I'm like,
Depends on
guys.
who it
I don't.
is.
I don't want to say because I'm like, oh, that might be considered a
They
main
could be
eventer.
Might
they
be
could be a main
considered
eventer in a
rude.
different
Yeah.
place and a mid card somewhere else.
Okay, who would you say?
Oh, you go first. I'm still
I'm
thinking.
gonna say Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
He's definitely been a main eventer, but he's also been quite a good mid
mid
card.
card. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna
Just
say
like-
Seth.
Nothing against other people, but my mid card / main eventer is The Miz.
Perfect.
He's a
That's
good
choice,
he's a
yes.
good main eventer, but he's
Yes.
also a good mid card.
Right.
Yeah.
I would choose The Miz.
All right. Good. What about you, mid card?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Whoa!
I think he's. I think he's
Now
considered a main
that's
eventer.
going off. That one's going
Yeah.
off in space.
Yes.
I gotta pick him.
That one went forever.
Look,
far.
I
He's
don't
ever
know.
worked the mid card. Well,
Look.
maybe in WCW.
Look,
but-
here's
Are
the
you
thing.
talking about
Here's the
before he
thing.
broke his neck Intercontinental
Yeah,
champion?
right.
Here's the thing.
Because
Here's the thing. The way I see it, you can go down. You can't go up. He's a
Okay.
mid Carter.
Okay,
He's a
okay.
main eventer, but he can also work the mid card.
Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold. That's
Wow,
fair.
that's very good.
That's an
Stone
interesting
Cold Steve
top
Austin.
two.
Those
Alright.
have to be Stone Cold or The Rock.
We've got tag team now. That's interesting.
Tag team. Wow.
Hulk Hogan and Stone
Okay,
Cold.
let's see. Tag team.
I'm ready.
I'll pick the Hardys
Oh, the
because
Hardys.
That's a
because
good pick, actually.
a lot of
Good
people's
pick.
favorite wrestler is Jeff Hardy. So, and I mean the Hardys. A lot of people model themselves after the Hardys. You know, tag teams do. So, Hardys
Can
very
I say-
popular.
My team wasn't together very long, but I'd have to say Brett and Owen Hart.
Okay, that's a good team.
Real good team when they work together.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
The women.
Now, yep, I know you're woman.
Mm,
So many good choices too.
yeah.
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 Well, I've got her father, so I'm going to have to say Charlotte.
Okay.
Charlotte impresses me.
Let's see.
Or Asuka. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, between Charlotte
Asuka's
or
pretty good.
Asuka. That's probably my two favorite.
Asuka
right
is
now.
my favorite women's wrestler, but
Okay.
Mount Rushmore. If you have
Oh,
some
we're
Mount
talking about
Rushmore, more,
Right.
So
Overall,
Charlotte.
overall,
I go
right.
Charlotte.
I'm gonna pick. You have to pick between Trish
Ooh.
or China,
Oh,
and
yes.
I think I'm gonna go with Trish Stratus.
Okay.
Just
I like
because-
your choice.
That's a, I don't know. Like you can go between either one. They're both so good.
100%. Good though.
Popularity,
Good,
super.
good, good.
Yes.
And we just saw Trish last year. She can still. Her match was great.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Not to mention, if China was with us too, she'd probably still be kicking ass too.
Oh,
Exactly.
Let's
I'd
be
love to
real.
see Beth Phoenix in China.
I love to see
Dude,
Rhea
I love
Ripley
her
in
match.
China.
Yeah, Ripley.
Beth
Yeah.
Phoenix, China, Rhea Ripley in China. Yes. Those are both good matches. What about you? Who'd you just say your
Whoa.
Mount Rushmore is?
Main eventer. I'd have to go with Undertaker. The pardon is, tag team. I'd have to go with the Legion.
That
The
they
Road
crossed
Warriors.
my mind. Yes.
And then women, it always changes before I pick China as well. But like I've been watching a lot of older wrestling lately, and my two right now are Sherry Martel or Luna Vachon.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Respectable.
Sherry.
Both were really good.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about Reese?
Yeah, Reese.
So is for the Mount Rushmore, can they also include independent?
Oh, there you go.
So for main eventer, I'm gonna go big with main event. I'm gonna go Undertaker.
Okay.
Mid card, let's see. I really like what Myron Reed's doing. I'm really liking what he's doing. Tag team wise, let's see here. I like the Hardy Boys. I grew up watching Hardy Boys.
Okay.
And then I'm tied between for the women. It's either Juniper Gates or when she was still wrestling Davis and Sarai.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Touche.
Shouts out to them.
We should
There's
do an
some-
indie Mount Rushmore. I mean,
We definitely
we
can.
know Hotch would be on there.
We definitely could.
Yes.
Jason Hotch
We
would
could do it.
definitely
We
be
could do
on
a quick one.
Indie Mount Rushmore. Who do you Indie Mount Rushmore? Who do you have?
In Michigan?
Yeah. Well, just independent.
I've got all mine.
I'm going to Hotch definitely for one of mine.
I'm gonna say the Michigan ones. I'm gonna just pick.
Okay.
I think MM3, Jason Hotch. Well, Jason Hotch is signed, right? So,
Well, he's an independent wrestler around here still.
mm,
And
arguably, he's signed.
He does both.
he's
Yeah.
both, yes.
Well, Jason, Jack Price, Jason Hodge, Jack Price, MM3, and Isaiah Moore.
Nice. Okay. I just have Hodge, Alex Shelley, but he's
Signed.
Saban.
Is he signed still? They're released.
No, they're free agents now. Chris Saban and Alex Shelley. Hodge is, of course, Impact. Who else would I say? Max, of course. Can you imagine Max Mount Rushmore? That'd be great.
Okay.
Would you agree? Or no comment?
No.
But Max, yeah, definitely. But there's other guys definitely that pay. Trey Miguel would be great on Mount Rushmore, but he's
Oh, maybe I should have. Is
Impact
Mount
guy.
Mount Rushmore? I should have picked some. Actually, take all four of my people.
Oh man, here we
He's
go.
changing the whole thing
Who's
now.
Mount Rushmore? I have to
He's like,
pick
hold on,
I'll pick,
time out.
Breyer, DBA,
Yeah, the 4-5.
There you go. Right.
Rhino.
Or Steve Rivera.
You just should have
Amazing
started
Nate,
throwing
Nate
them out.
Matson definitely should be in. Yeah, you're talking the forefathers of independent wrestling. Those guys are
Truth Martini. Shouts out.
Truth Martini for sure. Yes, definitely. Those guys are all legends.
Chuck Stein.
Chuck Stein.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the mohawk rock mohawk. You can see that. Oh yeah, it's
Going around
hard
so
because there's so
much.
much great independent wrestling talent in Michigan. I mean,
See,
we're
mine would
really, I think we're one of the best states for talent in the independent scene. I really do.
Most definitely.
You know, Canada has some great independent wrestlers. Of course, Scott D'Amore is over there, and you know, Scott D'Amore, I want to give him a shout out. He's so, you know, he's so amazing at what he does. Scott D'Amore, and now he's bringing back Border City and doing some good things over there.
He should come back and do a few matches.
Oh
That'd
yeah,
be
definitely.
awesome.
I bet Scott could still go. Yeah.
Just watching him do the Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, the
with
Canadian
Jason that
Destroyer
time.
on Hotch.
And,
Yeah,
and
that was.
I was just like, he needs to just do a few matches.
When is IWR gonna bring him in?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
I saw him back in 21 when Trey first won the title, the U.S. title, but he didn't like.
He was here.
Yeah, he was here.
Oh,
Scott,
I just saw he just like snuck out of the back, and I was like,
he
wait
used
a
to
minute,
be a
that's
great wrestler. He's wrestled for
Oh, yeah.
WWE numerous times.
Dude,
Yeah.
Canada was
Team
awesome.
Canada, yes.
Love
Team
Team
Canada
Canada.
was great
Mhm.
impact.
Eli and good old Rude.
And he's wrestled around. He did do the independent circuit around here. He was part of a tag team called Gross Misconduct. They were hockey players.
For a little bit. That's what I said.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
great to see him come back.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
awesome.
bet he's still got a good run left in him.
I'd love to see him in IWR for one or two shows. With a few
I'd like to
people.
see Truth Martini sometime eventually get back into it. Truth was a great wrestler. I'm sure, you know, he could still go and stuff, and he was amazing to watch in the ring. Truth, guy's so talented.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Most definitely.
Alrighty, Reese. What's your next question? Go for it.
So we've asked wrestlers this about backstage politics. So this question is for both of you. So we want to hear from the wrestler's point of view and also promoter's point of view. Have either of you experienced backstage politics?
100%. 100.
Yeah, I was gonna
I've
say
been the brunt of it. Right?
right.
100%. I'm
He's
going
like,
through it
yeah,
right now.
I was part of
every
it.
day.
It's
It's definitely real.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a very, very real part of independent wrestling that a lot of people aren't keen to because it's not out there. I mean, there are some people that put it out there for everyone, which is definitely wrong. Should not be happening. But yeah, unfortunately, politics is a very, very real part of it, and you can either be a part of the politics or you can try to distance yourself from the politics. I try to distance myself from the drama and the politics of it.
Right.
I just want to run shows, have fun, let the fans have fun, and that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
try to avoid drama, try to avoid the politics.
Oh,
sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Some people make it impossible, but
yes.
you just do your best to avoid it.
100%. 100% politics.
All right.
Insane. Horrible. I hate it.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So-
There's no escape.
Right. Hey,
100%.
you're right. There is no escape. It's just part, like I said, you got to just find your way to deal with it. My way is to avoid it.
That's right.
Try to avoid it.
Try
You
to
can't avoid it.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
You
try
can
to
run
avoid
so
it.
far, but it's
Yeah.
catching
Yeah.
up.
But I try my best to avoid it. And if people bring me a lot of grief and drama, I do my best to distance myself from them totally. So,
Right. 100%.
about all you can do.
I remember my other question. So it's a two-part type of thing. So it's for both of you. So yours would be first, which is you've clearly went and met multiple different legends from the past, of course.
Oh yeah.
If you had the chance to, book one female and one male out of everyone you've met, who would you book? And then as a superstar, you've been booked multiple times. And seeing you have merchandise and you have this and that. What was it like for the first time for you getting somebody wanting your shirt, an autograph or something? What was that like?
Oh, it was amazing. I liked it a lot. I like it still to this day.
I feel like it's a little weird at first, but it's also good.
I had a funny story about the first time I got someone asked for an autograph.
Okay.
So obviously my real name is not Forever Young.
Right.
And someone asked for an autograph, and like in life, I don't really write in cursive that much.
That's
I
right.
learned how to write in cursive in
Right,
school,
right.
obviously, but like
Right.
only time I ever write in cursive is when I sign my name.
Mhm.
So this little girl asked for an autograph. I'm like, oh my god, how do I put Forever Young in cursive? I had no idea. I'm like, how do you make a cursive F?
Right.
I forgot even.
Like, wait, what?
I kind of
Yeah.
got it going.
I know how to do it
So
now.
loopy in a
Loopy,
line and a
yeah.
wee. Yeah, that's weird.
I know how to do it now, but the first time I was like, oh shoot. Yeah. But yeah, it's great, especially when you go to a show and someone's got your shirt on. It's great.
Right. Yeah.
I remember the first time me and Max went to the UP, 7 hours away. We're brand new, less than 6 months, maybe less than a year in. Definitely
Okay.
less than a year in. And like we had so many fans up there that already
Wow.
knew us. It was insane.
They showered you with gifts.
Yes, they
From what
brought,
I remember.
they brought us gifts like
That's
for our
wild.
trip. Like the crowd was like so loud. I remember when I the crowd was really big, like probably the biggest crowd we wrestled in front of to that point.
Yeah.
And I made my entrance first, and they were loud, and I was like,
Wow, I
oh my
love a
gosh,
good
they
loud
like
crowd.
me.
Right.
And then I
Forever Young
saw,
getting the pop.
and then that was the first show where I had a sign.
Okay.
It had my name on it. It had me and Max's name on it, actually.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And I had my selfie stick cause coming out like that. And I was like, oh my God, I have a sign out here 7 hours away. Didn't even know they knew me. And then
Wow,
Max
that's
came out
wild.
next. And I remember when Max came out, he was like overjoyed with the crowd noise too. He didn't think it was going to happen
Right.
because we 7 hours away.
Right.
And I remember when
Brand
he
new.
saw it, when he saw the sign, he literally like grabbed it. He was like, oh my gosh. We never had
great.
experienced nothing
That's
like
awesome.
that. Yeah. So it was
Great.
great.
Absolutely awesome.
And we go up there and they would have our shirts on. It was awesome.
And I have to say, I see your merch table obviously at all the Metro Pro shows, and you have a really big selection of stuff.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to get on Ace
Probably
Austin's
the best,
level.
most impressive selection of merch I've seen. from
Thank
a
you. Thank you.
performer. I'm gonna
Thank
say
you.
that.
The most impressive I've seen is Ace Austin. I'm trying to get on
Okay.
his level.
I can't say
His
anything
is
about his. I
pretty-
haven't
his is
seen
pretty
his.
good.
He got so much stuff.
His
Ace
is pretty
Austin
wild and
shouts
good.
out. Y'all
There's
go
just so much stuff that you can buy out there
Yeah.
to sell. I mean, license plates and koozies and all kinds of stuff.
Ace Austin. Pretty sure the last IWR Ace Austin was selling beer openers
What?
that were this
Wow.
that were the shape of like an ace ace
wow.
card or something.
He has all types of stuff.
Man.
And like it was funny.
Stop by his merch table if y'all
It
watching
was
this.
just funny because like even if there wasn't a bottle, there were people using it for cans, just popping it because it was
Nice. So
because it was
yeah.
Ace Austin. you
Yeah.
know? They did bought a
that's
pop
different,
bottle
yeah.
opener and he signed it. And
Yeah.
they just sit there popping their cans with it. I'm
I
like,
think
what's
you should
happening?
have sold selfie sticks too. Did you
A
ever
lot of
sell
people
those?
say
That'd be good.
a lot of people
Yeah.
say that.
An
A
autograph.
lot of people tell me that.
I mean, you had the sunglasses on.
feel like
Which
I
his
feel like
sunglasses
Tyler
are very
Breeze-
nice.
Tyler Breeze sold quite a bit of them, so I feel like you'd do pretty good too.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
gotta make them somehow custom though. I can't just sell a black selfie stick.
Yeah, they
You
have
know?
to be.
You gotta
yeah.
get colorful ones. You gotta buy orange sad ones and then make them nice yourself.
Yeah,
or
somehow.
get
Whatever.
like a little
Your
team
gear.
to do it.
Yeah.
Something.
That'd be great.
You gotta have a little forever touch on you.
Yeah.
Say.
For real.
And yeah, go from there.
Mhm.
And as for my question about, like, I work a lot of conventions.
Right.
Other than the
100%,
wrestling, you know, I do a lot of horror movie conventions. I work Astronomicon, which is an awesome convention. Thank you guys for bringing that to our
Yeah.
area
I
because
wanted to go so bad.
you have to get to Astronomicon. It is phenomenal. It's great, and those guys put so much work into that convention, and it pays off because it's probably one of the better conventions I've been to.
Right.
I mean, and like I said, thank you for bringing that to our area. I would have to say probably for guys that I've met at all the cons and everything, I'd have to probably say the guy I just recently worked with at Astronomicon, McFoley. Yeah, it'd be great to bring Mick
That'd
in.
be awesome.
He's such a nice guy, and
Even if he's like a referee or a manager.
yeah, even
he'd be
just
great.
doing the guest ref or,
He would be
or a
great.
commissioner, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, he was such a nice guy. Really, I was really blessed to be able to work with him all weekend and listen to him. He has so many amazing stories and just a great guy all around. Women, all the women wrestlers I've met, I'd probably say Trish Stratus. Definitely. Her and I think her and Ray Larson would have a very good match. Or Heather Blue. Either one of them and Trish would be with the price of admission, definitely.
Would be good.
Yeah. Speaking of Heather Blue and her new ruthless streak, she's got a bad attitude lately. I don't know where she got it from, but
Who's seeping in too much?
right.
It's affecting
Yes.
her. Like those.
Thank you.
Reese, you're up.
So let's see here. So I asked this question to a lot of our guests. If you could go and talk to a younger version of yourselves, what would you say to them?
I'm back in time now.
I think I would have started promoting earlier in life. I mean, it's just one of those things I enjoy, and yeah, I think I would have tried to start my own stuff going earlier. For sure. Start my own company earlier than the 2000s.
For wrestling, I would say in the advice that I give people when they message me, 'cause I get a lot of messages, people ask me advice before they start wrestling school. I always say get in the best shape of your life because it is so hard. But before I started wrestling school, I was never an athlete in school. Never. I did no sports. I did nothing athletic in high school. So it's wrestling school is way easier if you're super athletic.
Yeah.
It's just you're so tough in there. So
much cardio. I mean,
So much
you have to be
cardio.
able to just go for 10, 15 minutes, man. And yeah.
I gained cardio from doing the school. I didn't have it before, so that's what I would say.
It's a very demanding sport.
Yeah.
As the physical aspect of it.
I would tell myself, get in shape before you go do this class.
That's good advice. I've seen some big guys out there though. That's like, wow, that.
Well, you can be big and be in shape though. I mean, like look at Keith Lee.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Keith Lee, or Calvin Tankman. Like they're really.
Yeah. Like we just recently got Paxton Giant down here at IWR.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paxton. Yeah, he'll be making an MPW appearance soon. Oh, the Giants.
Nice.
Tell that guy no. You know what I mean?
There you go. It's breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. Yeah, Paxton will be making an MPW appearance between now and December.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive athlete.
Years open, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Maybe
you never know.
Forever young in Paxton.
Right.
Wow, that might be. Yeah.
Hopefully they're team, not opponents.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's definitely a guy you want
Don't
on
worry,
your
I got
team.
your back.
Yeah, that's definitely a guy you want on your side.
Yikes. I seen him most recently this week, and yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with that dude.
For sure.
Yikes.
Yeah, for real.
Him and Madman Fulton both are beast.
We got Dread King Logan over here, and he made Dread King look like a child. It was scary.
Karam's huge.
Karam is great.
Yes.
Yeah, he is great. I love Karam.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't get that show too.
If you guys ever do a partnership show, you should get the Soul Taker down here at IWR.
Oh yeah,
that'd be
Soul
great
Taker.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he definitely should be at IWR.
Yeah.
Soul Taker and Madman Fulton. That'd be a great match.
Shouts out Soul Taker. He's traveling all over the place.
Yeah,
Yes.
getting out there. That's some advice I would give you guys. Get out there. Wrestlers don't be content running one area or run promotions. Just get out there and go try and use travel all 50 states if you can. Get out there and just it's great that guys are loyal and want to stay with one promotion and stuff, but you're not doing your career any favors, by doing that. You have to get out there and get exposed and
get your name out there.
Yeah, so definitely get out there and
take face out there.
But also do your homework on promotions before you work for them. There are some out there that aren't that great. So make sure you do your homework before you volunteer to go work for a promotion.
Just what else you got, Reese?
So let's see. So this question is for Forever Young. So have you based your style off any wrestler? Like, was there any influence behind not your style in the ring, but also your style outside of the ring?
Yeah. So a lot. I'm pretty sure everyone can tell. Actually, Chris Hero. I do a lot of strikes because Chris Hero is like he's big, he's tall, and he's like not small. So
he's big and not small.
And I have been accused of being a spotty wrestler a few times. I remember one time RC3 after I had a match with somebody, he's like, "So you wrestle like you're skinny." That was so funny. But like I just like Chris Hero because he wrestles like the style I want to wrestle. Like he does a lot of strikes and he does a lot of athletic stuff, and he's he does a lot of spots for him to like how he looks. Like you're like, oh, I wouldn't expect him to do that. So
Right.
definitely, I base myself off Chris Hero, and then somebody else I tape study a lot is Kyle O'Reilly. I'm a striker person, so I like people that do a lot of strikes and like technical stuff. So like Chris Hero and Kyle O'Reilly.
Anything else, Reese? You're good.
I actually work just called me, so I gotta get going.
Okay, there it is.
So thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Both.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
for having
bro.
us on.
And I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good day, Reese.
Take
Have
it
a
easy,
great
Reese.
day. Thank you guys. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
All right. Well, we cut it down a person. We'll go a few more minutes. I got a few more questions. I think
Sure.
we'll talk a little bit, and then we'll release you guys.
Release
keep you
back into
prisoner.
the world.
Won't keep you prisoner any much longer. So as a promoter, of course, and a wrestler, and of course wrestler, we go through a lot, and we see a lot, we hear a lot. What's I don't know, what was it? What's one of the biggest struggles you deal with, and also, is there anything in wrestling you so far, or that you have done, or that you feel like you will do that you're gonna regret possibly doing?
Biggest struggle, like I would have to say, putting the cards together for the shows, because
Like you said,
it's
all the
like
people.
there's been times like I put down a match and it looks great on paper, but then when it's happened, I was like, okay, could have went different.
Right.
You know, I was hoping for a different reaction from the crowd, obviously, on some stuff, but that's probably the biggest struggle. It's like you want the fans to be happy, you really do,
Right.
but you have to get inside. Like, what do they like? Okay, and then you have to put this all together. Well, they like this guy, and then they like this guy, and
How well are those gonna work?
Huh?
Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
how well they're going to work together.
Gotcha.
Because there's matches I could say, oh man, I would love to see
This
this
would be
match,
great,
but
but
would
how well
anybody
will
else
it
love
actually
this?
work?
Yeah,
Right,
would anybody
okay.
else love to see this match?
Right.
You know, and that's probably the biggest struggle, is just like coming up. You're trying to make that. Everyone wants that great card to happen from top to bottom, and it all flow. And it, you know, like the December show was great for me, but they're not all like that. They all, you know, it's just hard to get them all at that level. I would like them all to be at that level, obviously, but you know, yeah, it's just really hard, like trying to say, okay, the fans would love this, so we're gonna do this, you know. And sometimes the fans didn't think the match the same way I did. Like I was like, oh, they'll love this, you know, and then for some reason or whatever, that doesn't happen. So yeah, I'd say putting together the perfect card was the biggest struggle. Sure, I try and do what I think the fans will like, and 90% of the time I do, but there's still that slight 10% where could have been better, or I should have did this, or I should have did that. But most of the time they're real good.
Gotcha.
Biggest struggle is of being a wrestler for me is the time, because you want to put 100% into this and only this, but you, as an independent wrestler, we don't make a lot of money, so you gotta work still. You gotta do the
day job and your night job.
Yeah, exactly. Your weekday and weekend. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Or like even like if you want to go to a certain show to just help out, but it's so far, you're like, well, gotta work. Can't take this.
Can't drive and then drive and then, you know.
Should I take off work for a maybe?
Right. You might not get the spot after you drive all the way there.
Yeah.
Just sit there for setup, basically.
So just the time, because you wish like I wish I was born rich, because then I could just
that's fair.
You just focus on wrestling.
Yeah, can only focus on wrestling.
Right. Unfortunately, I think a lot of wrestlers though have to work their real jobs.
Oh yeah,
because,
the top wrestlers work their asses off and they do the hard work.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
We all see how, you know, certain spoiled rich wrestlers.
And sometimes guys it comes down to the decision as I'm going to take a night off from my shoot job where I could make this much an hour, and by the end of the night to take a booking, which I might not even make a half of what I would have made working my shoot job.
Yeah.
So you got to make that decision. Do I want to give up a night at work to work the show? You know, that'd definitely be a struggle for you guys. Prioritizing, like sometimes it comes down to. Also, another thing I think would be a struggle for you guys is insurance. Like you get hurt. Do you have medical insurance through your work that would help you, like your wrist injury, for example? Did you have any kind of insurance to help you with that, or?
Well, thank gosh. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
If I
because
didn't, I don't. Oh,
I know guys
where
that
would
have
it be?
broken
Yikes.
ankles and guys that have broken arms, and that they don't have any kind of medical insurance, and
Oof.
that's just
Yeah.
out of your pocket. You know
Yeah.
that you have to cover that. So that would definitely, in my opinion, be a struggle for a professional wrestler.
And then, what would you say is one of your biggest regrets, if you
Oh.
have one?
Yeah, I don't. I don't have
Not
any
yet?
regret.
No
No.
regrets at all.
Not even the broken wrist.
Yeah.
Well, I was,
I
The
should've
match was
did
probably
this
worth it, but was
instead,
the broken
right.
wrist?
that was a complete accident.
That's
Breaking
fair,
a wrist.
but once again, was it worth it?
I don't like regret. Like
Okay.
I'm not regret
Okay.
it. Yeah, it just got
So
me. to
it
where-
was slightly worth it. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like no, like I say it's not worth it.
Right.
I remember my first year of wrestling, I had 81 matches. It was a
Okay.
lot.
Wow.
My
Wow.
second year, I had 81 matches.
The same
But-
amount. Okay.
But I broke my wrist on December 16th, and I had one more booking. It was a ladder match in WCW, but I got taken out. 'cause
And you
I broke
couldn't
my
do
wrist.
it.
So I would have finished the year at 82 matches, but I didn't. So 81 matches in year one, 81 matches in year two. Then year three, I had the broken wrist for half of it.
So
or
maybe we
quarter of
can
it.
say we regret it slightly because you didn't get to the 82.
But how can I regret breaking my wrist? It's like
Okay.
I didn't do
Those
it.
81 matches could have been great.
That's fair.
So that wouldn't be a regret then. Just the one that you had the bad luck.
Yeah.
broke
Okay.
your wrist
That's
or
fair.
hurt your wrist.
So yeah, you're good. Then.
Yeah, a
Alright.
decision that I made though.
Right.
Like
Oh,
I
I
didn't.
see that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't make
Gotcha,
decisions.
Was
to
hurt
break
your
my wrist.
opponent? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I could see that. No,
That's fair.
regrets.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, you're good.
My
Then.
regrets, I'd probably just say, like I said earlier, just I wish I would have started promoting earlier,
Okay.
10 years earlier, maybe in the 90s when it was real wrestling. Was
You don't
really
think
hot.
you well? I feel like this is another different question.
Yeah.
You don't think you've ever regretted booking someone that you shouldn't have, or you?
Oh
did?
yeah, that
Maybe.
definitely. I mean,
Maybe a
I'm not
thing.
gonna name names.
Well, no, that's what, you don't.
But,
I didn't
yeah.
mean it like that. But
No,
I'm just
I
saying,
know,
like,
but
I mean, no,
have
name
I-
the name. You
have
know,
I-
me, I
feel
yes.
free.
just say, go ahead.
Feel free.
have
no.
I booked people and I was disappointed in it afterwards? Yes.
Right.
Don't ask me
Yes.
that.
I'm
'cause
not
I'll
gonna say
name the name.
Names. Have I made decisions along my way
Who do
that
you
I'm
regret
like,
wrestling? Blah blah blah.
right? No. So yeah, have there been guys I booked and I've like afterwards I was like, oh, why did I do that? But
Okay.
and I learned from that and I
Right.
just try not to book them anymore. But
right.
you know, and yeah, and just regrets too along the way, maybe working with certain people I wish I wouldn't have worked with.
Okay.
You know, and again, no
Well,
names.
We know what that one's about.
No, again, no names. I've worked with a lot of people in 20 some years.
Right.
So
definitely.
But I mean, yeah, there's been a couple things I wish I would have said, oh man, why did I do that for? I should have never did that.
Okay.
But I think that's just in
Yeah.
life. We
Yeah.
all come across those things like, man, I shouldn't have did that.
Okay.
And that's how we live and learn, and we just move on from it and learn, you know, from our mistakes and say, you know what, I did that. It wasn't great, so I know not to do that ever again. Now, if I do it again, then that's on me. So, but yeah, there's been some regrets, yeah, but nothing like major where couldn't get past it.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason why I don't have regret the wrist is because in order to regret it, I would have to take that whole match away
Right.
Yeah,
because it was an accident. It
Yeah.
just-
That's
Right.
once you said it, I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I see what.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not something
I got
somebody
it.
nobody hurt him,
Right. It wasn't a
on his
purpose. It was
own.
an accident, and if you didn't have the
Right.
match, it wouldn't have happened. But then
Mhm.
you still would have been at 81 anyway.
And look at Max's injury.
different way.
Max just had that huge injury not that long ago. So he was out for a little while being injured. Yep, injury is just part of the job.
It's kind of funny that we mentioned injuries because that was going to be the next part.
Oh,
Next question is: have you? Well, literally, has an injury.
oh yeah.
As a wrestler, if you've gotten injured, what do you think is one of the easiest and best ways to heal? And what advice would you give to a wrestler?
Well, it's funny because not funny at all actually.
Oh boy.
But I broke my wrist
Uh-huh.
for us wrestling in December 2020.
I know a guy that works there and owns that place. He's
This-
actually supposed to be working with us, but he decides to do other things.
Uh-oh.
So
December 2022, I broke my wrist. It was in a match with the Saint brothers. I took this move and I broke my wrist. December 2023, Chase Saint broke his wrist.
Right.
Oh yeah.
The same exact. It was like a year
Wow.
later. Like
Deja vu.
And we both
craziness.
needed surgery. We both have the same scar.
So it's the same hand too.
I don't know if it's his right or left. So
Oh,
I can't
boy.
say that
Yeah.
one. But he asked me for advice. But
This is right.
I kept wrestling when I broke
Okay.
my wrist, except for places that wouldn't let me.
Right,
If they said no, I couldn't.
Which is
Right.
understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Versus
yeah,
the
definitely.
promoter
100%.
aspect, you got a guy that's
Yeah.
injured. You're gonna
You
put him in the
gotta,
ring,
yeah,
he's
you
gonna
gotta
get
put
more
them
injured.
Yeah.
yourself.
And I would feel horrible if I knew
Yeah.
that I was the reason that person got hurt.
So in some matches, so matches that let me, I kept wrestling. So
Okay.
when Chase asked me for advice, I was like, well, I'm the wrong person to ask. I kept wrestling. So I don't really know. Like,
Right.
so I mean, it's hard because I don't really know advice because I kept doing what I was doing. I kept wrestling.
Well, I meant like
I was addicted.
so after you got your surgery, like what could you say like for like the best way to do your therapy and try to come back like anything
Oh
like
well,
that?
yeah. Well, once I got my cast off, yeah, I was in physical therapy.
You still
for,
got the nasty scar.
yeah, I still get treatment on my scar.
Yeah.
Every month to
Wow.
get it taken away. It used to look way worse than it looks now.
Oh wow.
Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, just therapy.
Just
physical
take
therapy.
it
Follow your
easy.
doctor's orders.
Try not to
yeah.
wrestle, right?
If the doctor
Yeah,
says
'cause
not
my-
wrestling, no wrestling.
My wrist, it's still weak.
You have advice.
Mhm.
Don't wrestle when you're not supposed to.
Right. Yes.
That is
Yeah,
the way
that
to
is
do
the
it.
advice.
I'm sure
Actually,
the doctor would say no wrestling.
yeah,
Any
You know
kind
the
of
places
broken bone
the
or
places
anything.
that told you to wrestle. Good job for them, I guess. They got a wrestler for the night.
they didn't
But at
tell
the
me
same
to.
time,
They didn't tell me
For
to.
you,
Yeah,
it's
they-
like you did what you enjoyed, but
Mhm.
you also kind of
Now I've had guys
messed
come
up
to me and say, "Hey,
a little bit,
my ankle's a little sore,
right?
or I might not be able to do this or that in the match. What do you want to do?" And I'll be like, "I'm
Oh.
going to leave it up to you.
Do something different.
You know,
Yep.
work around
Do what
it.
you can do.
Work around it.
Mhm.
If you have to give up a few high spots because of your injury, that's more than understandable.
Right.
I don't want.
100%.
Like I said, if I know about it, me personally, I don't like anybody to wrestle injured because, like I said, you aggravate that injury and you're out even longer.
Mm-hmm.
Better just to stay out, get healed up, and then come back.
Yep.
And there's ways to keep the guys
Still
out.
use them. Yeah.
Forever Young was our commissioner, special guest co-host
Promoter.
commissioner for a show that he was
Anything.
injured on.
Commissioner.
Yeah.
Commentary
And that worked out great. I thought he did a good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Forever Young did commentary, I believe, at IWR this
Yep.
past week. I did
Yep.
hear some of that.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
He's
ways
pretty
to
good.
do
You heard it?
Oh yeah.
Is it up online already?
Well, I don't know about that. I
Oh.
was right by you though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wrestled and then I did commentary. Then I did commentary the next day at All Class.
Who did you do commentary with?
Mark Roberts,
Shark
shouts
IWR,
out.
Mark Roberts. How about
Yeah,
that?
he-
All class.
He's pretty cool. He's good.
Don't put me on the spot, okay?
Uh-oh.
I forgot his name.
Okay.
So my
Okay,
next question, I'm putting you on
Bryce,
the spot, just so you're
Bryce.
aware.
Okay.
I did that with Bryce at All Class.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
put me on the spot. Just so you are
Right,
aware,
yeah.
next question's kind of putting you on the spot.
Yeah,
Mm.
I hate being put on the spot.
This podcast is basically all on the spot.
Oh,
On the
man.
spot podcast.
We usually have quite a bit of stuff detailed and ready, but it's been a hectic week for us.
It's fine.
So I was
Happens.
just like, I guess we gotta just go in blind and hope for the best.
That's yeah.
Story of my life.
For real. So we're all huge wrestling fans in the room,
Yes.
as wrestlers or promoters, and just in general. I haven't wrestled yet, but I want to train to do it.
Nice.
I want to do a few matches. My biggest thing is I want to be a manager, though, possibly
That's great.
in a way.
We need more managers
So-
in the indie scene. There's very few good ones.
Yeah.
To believe it or not, I haven't told this story to many people, but Antonio is actually the one who came up with Brother Paul
Oh,
because I had him on my show and we were sitting there.
Oh, brother
and he-
Paul,
and
great
he-
with the congregation.
Yeah. So
There
I
you
was
go.
just sitting here and I told him my name before the show. And at one point, he's just sitting here and I say something and he goes, "Listen here, Brother Paul. You're spreading a little too much information you're not supposed to." And he's talking, he's doing his thing. And I tell this to everybody and they all laugh. And I feel bad that I tell it this way because it was weird. And he does it like 3 times. Brother Paul. I'm just looking at him. sitting there, and the things that are just going through my mind. Who the hell is Paul? Who is he talking
Right.
to? Like, does he have an earpiece in that I don't know about? And I'm like, I'm not, what? And so after he goes, and so we're talking afterwards. And I go, "My name's Keith, by the way." He goes, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then we go down to Battle Creek. And, we finally get there. As soon as I step out the car, I'm facing away from him. All I hear is that good, Brother Paul? And I'm like, there's no way. Turn around. He's like, "Hi." And I'm like, What's up? And then my whole family and BrainJerk in the group that we were with, they're like, it's happening. And I go, apparently I'm Brother Paul.
That's your new name, yeah.
And
Your
so
new name.
Brother
All right.
Paul has been created. The other one that they like to call me randomly is Brother Phil.
Brother
Because
Phil.
I look like a
All
Phil, apparently.
right.
Phil or Paul. I'll answer to. But yeah, the great Brother Paul came from Antonio. And I was like, I like it. I'm going to go a little further into it. My mom and I
Right.
liked The Undertaker.
Mhm.
You know, Paul Bearer. There's Paul. You know who else with The Undertaker? Brother Love.
There you go.
So let's just take off the love part, even though I loved him so much, and we'll just put them together.
Well, there
Brother
you go.
Paul, I'm an Undertaker guy.
Yeah. Speaking of Antonio, I just want to, let's give him a shout out because that
Absolutely.
guy is everywhere doing everything at every promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And he brings so much to the promotion.
He does.
He stands there and records for hours.
Awesome.
Are we talking about the same Antonio?
Yes.
I
The
thought
the musician?
I thought you were talking about a
Yes.
certain Antonio. And I
No.
thought you were talking
Antonio Frio.
Kayfabe the People band, Antonio.
See, you're
Yes.
talking about a different
I'm talking about Antonio Frio.
Yo,
He's talking about another Antonio.
my head was, I'm like,
See, there we
what?
go. But now that we mentioned Antonio Frio, I just want to
But
say that he's done a lot.
Technically, he's not wrong. They're both all round.
Oh yeah.
But yes, the Antonio I'm talking about, he is the lead singer for a band who does covers of multiple different wrestling music.
Okay. Oh,
And they
great.
go all over the place. Most recently, they were actually at the NFL draft thing in Detroit. That just happened most recently. They've
Wow.
been on our podcast.
I'll have to check it
before.
out. It's on YouTube.
They're on YouTube and Facebook, I believe.
All right.
Like
So
it's
check it out.
Kayfabe the People band.
Yes. Check it out.
He goes
Get
by Coco T. Ware.
Oh,
Oh
Antoine.
yeah, yes.
Yeah,
I've heard of,
Antoine.
yes,
I
I've
call him
heard that
Antonio.
Coco
Antoine.
T. Ware. Yes. So my apologies. I was thinking Antonio Frio.
I call him
because-
Antonio. It's easier
Okay,
for me.
so-
But yeah, Antoine.
So my
Well,
apologies.
hey, he
apologies to your Antonio for
Right.
thinking Antonio Frio.
Hey, he gave you a new name, but you gave him a whole new name.
Oh,
too.
yeah, I know.
Antonio,
yeah.
Antoine. I'm like,
He told me his
Good
name.
thing
I
you told me
remembered
that. I
it,
would've
but
kept
I
thinking
just
it was
I was
Antonio
getting so
Frio.
confused.
I
y'all
just
talking
remember it
about
as
two different
Antonio, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go with Antonio. It's a lot easier for me.
There you go.
Or just Coco.
Coco's
Yeah,
good.
But I feel like that's a little
if you
weird.
said Coco,
I feel like I'm
then
talking about a
I'd be
woman
like,
when I say Coco, though.
people.
Sometimes I'm
Coco
like, that's a little
Chanel.
weird. I don't know if I should be saying just
Coco
Coco.
Ware.
But yeah, so he's Coco T. Ware.
Yeah.
You know, his wife. She's supposed to be like a sensational Sherry.
Yeah,
Sweet lady, yeah.
They're both great, fantastic. I love to have them on.
I believe. Yes.
They came on. Like I said, that's how I got Brother
So
Paul.
my bad.
I loved it.
Getting the two mixed up.
Yeah. It was just yours. It was my fault too. But yeah, Antoine. I call him Antonio, or like I said, Coco.
There you go.
Easier for me.
Nice.
So yeah, that's a good one. Like I said, I'm gonna put you on the spot one more time, real quick.
Okay.
Last question, I guess, for me.
All right.
We can give as many answers as you want, but I'll expect at least 3. I should say.
Okay.
We're gonna go. Like I said, we're all
3.
huge wrestling fans.
Yes.
Your favorite wrestler overall, like old school,
Okay.
new school, aka nowish, and then who do you think is a future favorite star of yours that's in the industry now, independent, WWE, AEW, whatever?
Okay. All time. Well, the first part was what? All time.
All time, so like 70s to like early 2000s.
Roddy Piper.
Give or take.
I'd say Roddy Piper easily. Most entertaining wrestler. I grew up watching him, and
Okay.
yeah, it's very entertaining. I loved his Piper's Pits. They were so great. So yeah, for my old school guy, I'd say definitely Roddy Piper.
Like I said, early-ish 2000s to like 2015-ish. And then
Okay.
2015 up. the
Current.
last one.
So current.
Yeah.
Why don't you give your favorite?
Yeah, we can go.
old-timer,
We can.
and
go
then
in
I'll
like a
be
little
thinking
circle,
about. Yeah, I'll be
absolutely.
thinking about my.
My
next one.
favorite
So
wrestler
your
of
old
all
school
time.
Favorite time.
Eddie Guerrero is my favorite wrestler of all time. Shawn
Okay.
Michaels, Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
Okay.
They were both around then.
Yeah,
Different
yeah.
areas, WCW and WWE. 100%.
They're my favorite of all time.
I like that.
Mhm.
I also like his though. He went older, like 80s.
Yeah, I don't-
Yeah, I
80s.
went
You went
old school.
90s.
I haven't
It's
seen
not that bad.
Yeah,
You ever watch like the 80s stuff?
no,
Okay.
I haven't. I will.
That's how I got turned into wrestling. I was flipping
That's-
through the channels one night and I saw Hulk Hogan and Cyndi Lauper talking about WrestleMania, the first one, the war to settle the score on MTV, and I was like, "What is this?" And I just like started watching. It reeled me
That's
in.
awesome.
And I ended up watching WrestleMania, and I would always have the pay-per-view parties at my house, watch pay-per-views.
That's
and
awesome.
Just go to Joe Louis every time they came to town in Cobo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The current superstar who I think, what is the question? Current superstar who what?
That's your favorite current right now.
Favorite. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who do I like? I like Logan Paul.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people don't.
That's a big name.
That's a risky choice.
That's crazy.
I am really impressed with his transition into wrestling.
Yeah. He's trained with the top 3 though. That's the biggest thing.
And another one I worked with Sean, like a Shinsuke. Another one of my favorites, Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah, I like him a lot too.
My current favorite wrestler is Bryan Danielson, the best wrestler in the world. Okay. Bryan Danielson.
I wish he would have did more WWE.
Yeah.
And
I think he got shafted there.
A little bit. Yeah.
But he won every single title.
Right. But I wish he would have stayed on a little
longer.
Yeah. He also put up 2 of the best matches in one WrestleMania.
Yeah. Exactly.
True.
So
he's had classic triple threat matches, main events at 2 different WrestleManias. That's crazy.
Yep.
Arguably one of Roman Reigns' best title defenses in his reign. Well, it is one of the best, but arguably the best. And so just so I named 2, Bryan Danielson and Jey Uso.
Oh yeah,
the main eventer.
Yeah,
nice.
Usos, yeah.
Love main event Jey.
I wish their WrestleMania match would have been a little.
Oh, definitely.
It had so much potential, and it just ended up. It was still good. It could have been so much better.
And Asuka's my favorite female wrestler right now.
I liked that they did this. I liked the spear thing that they did during the Cody part, but I feel like that should have been during their match. It would have had.
And now you're talking about
spot and
up and comer that I think is going to be doing great things. Like
like
are you talking indie guys, or are you talking?
You can like a new WWE guy, a new AEW, or even indie. Yeah, coming up. Possibly.
I know it's getting repeated here a lot, but I'm going to say Jason Hodge.
I'm going
to say it again because
I definitely feel like
I definitely see him
a good choice
on a big stage soon, very
100%.
soon. And yeah, if I have to say anybody off the independent scene that I see going big like real soon, it's Jason Hodge.
Most definitely.
And I hope that does happen for him because, like I say, he's most deserving of it, and he deserves all of that. I hope it happens. And I have a great feeling that it's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
because he has all the tools that it takes to make a great wrestler. He'd be great in WWE, I think. Not that he's not doing great in Impact; he's doing awesome in Impact.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely see him on a bigger stage in the next 5 years. I'd say.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm saying my man's Isaiah Moore. Shouts out! That's my boy, Isaiah Moore, my favorite wrestler. My favorite wrestler, Isaiah Moore. I've had like 3 singles matches with him. Multiple tag matches
against him or teamed with him.
Against him, and multi-man matches. He's just great. He is amazing guy. Trained with Jason Hodge under Trey Miguel. Shouts out.
Oh, Trey Miguel. Yeah,
no, he wasn't on our podcast this one, but he was on a BrainJerk podcast.
Who, Trey?
Nice.
Oh, Trey's awesome.
Isaiah Moore, great. And you know what? Something about Isaiah Moore that I respect so much. I respect anybody that does body transformations, but look at Isaiah Moore's body transformation.
Oh man, definitely.
He was so skinny, which I can say because he says it. So skinny, and now look at him. He looks like a real life action figure, a superhero, like a superhero.
That's awesome.
My boy, I hope I see him main event in WrestleMania.
Ooh, okay.
You didn't even talk about Content Club at all tonight, really. Shout out to Jack Delaney.
Shouts out, Jack.
You're going to be teaming up with Jack Delaney on May 18th.
Shouts out.
Downriver Council for
Shouts out on the only real tag team in that match.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's true.
The other three teams are going to be not going to be.
Yeah,
it's not, though.
Brutus Atwell.
It's not shots,
Sherman
though.
Walker.
Funny thing, actually, is I went to high school with Brutus Atwell.
Really?
Wow, that's great. I will say this. You guys are the most used to teaming up with each other.
Because the other ones haven't teamed at all. Right. It's not.
Well, Brutus and Sherman Walker have worked together. Yes.
They team together?
I think so.
Okay.
Not sports at Metro Pro.
The Swamp Man's a little scary.
Definitely.
He's a monster.
And Anthony Coleman and Eric Surge.
Yeah, both making their debut.
And
they've never met each other.
Right. Roddy Suavino and Cam Jackson.
They've never met each other.
What a nice way to meet your partner and win.
So yes, as for going for like who know you guys do know each other.
Hey, nice to meet you. Let's go win.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And sometimes I'm famous for that. I will say that Metro Pro taking 2 wrestlers.
That's awesome, though.
You're going to be with this guy. and I try not to do things that have been done everywhere else, you know, like so normal teams everywhere else. I don't try to do that at my shows. I like to try to
Make new ones.
make new teams up. Yes,
Okay.
I like to do that, and I like to pull off first time ever
Very
matches.
creative.
Which, with the amount of promotions in Michigan nowadays, that's kind of hard to pull off first time ever matches. But
It is.
every now and then I can still do it, and I do like being able to do that, and I do like making tag teams.
Hey, me and Kyler, we were throwing together a team at Metro Pro, and we went, critical content.
Yes.
So
yeah, right. So I mean, yeah, sometimes it sticks. It's like for example, I took Kevin Calloway of Purge fame and put him with the Bachelor Ben Boone. I called them dreams and nightmares.
That's fair.
There you go. Something new, something fresh. They never teamed up before ever. And
did they team up again?
Yeah, they teamed up a few times.
Again?
Yes, again at Metro Pro. I don't know elsewhere, but yes. So I do like doing that.
Oh.
Tanner and Max. There's another tag team I just randomly put together. Look, that paid off well for them. Multiple tag team. They won the tag team titles a couple times, right?
Oh man.
So
I don't know.
But yeah.
It's a good question. Did they?
Yeah,
I think Max won it with Lamario Star, but
Lamario, yes, cannot forget Lamario Star, the muscle. Yes, he's an IWR occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lamario. Yeah,
I think I've heard him. Yeah,
comes out and destroys people.
Yeah, interesting. So, I usually don't do this, but how'd you guys enjoy it?
Oh,
did you have fun? Was it as bad as you thought at first?
It's not bad.
Originally,
I just wasn't expecting.
You weren't expecting it. You were kind of a surprise. Like, oh, okay.
Let the people know that Bubba tricked me.
I'm on camera and I'm talking to
there you
people
go.
and this and that. Like,
exactly.
And
Bubba,
he did great, I think.
I think it was
being
fantastic.
tricked, he did great.
Bubba, and then you just admit it.
even being tricked.
Yeah, even
bit.
being
He did
tricked,
pretty good.
maybe misled a little.
Bubba
but-
tricked me into doing a podcast. I did it.
Yeah,
He told
it was
him. He
fun.
told him a little late about it.
Hey,
Like, hey,
I'm
just
gonna
come
say
hang out.
it's nice to meet some classy podcasters.
Thank you.
They have to make the wise
Yeah, for
decision
real.
of
I think
having
he
me
threw
on
a
the
shot.
show. You know,
I think he threw a shot at some people.
Oh, it's okay.
No.
I planned
No,
on getting him
because
on. It
I
just
like-
is taking some
I'm
time.
not going to name other podcasts out of respect for your guys's, but it's just no. There's some good ones out there. And
Oh, no, there
there's
are.
a couple that show up at
100%.
Metro Pro quite a bit that help me out quite a bit, and I do truly appreciate for all their help. They record matches for me. They put them up for me. They know who they are, and I appreciate that so much.
I was gonna say we got two sponsors that are other wrestling podcasts. That
But
we,
I appreciate you having me
we
on.
talk
You're the
with.
first podcaster to actually have me on the show, and I
Dudes
appreciate
Talking
that.
Wrestling right down the hallway. They're a sponsor. They'd probably love to have both of you separately or together.
Oh.
Pro Wrestling Edge.
Oh
They're-
yeah.
they're great
Pro Wrestling
guys.
Edge,
They're
yeah.
a
Shouts
sponsor of
Shouts
ours.
out.
Heard some good stuff
And yeah,
about
they're
them guys
great
for sure.
podcasts.
Yeah.
They love to talk. They're always on Mondays too. I think it is. They're
Okay.
another good one.
Great.
Most definitely to have.
Yeah, this is new for me, the podcast scene and doing podcasts.
Yeah,
I like it.
This is
It's
what we do.
nice.
We're live every Monday.
Nice, relaxing
about-
atmosphere we're in.
About 45 minutes to an hour and a half, give or take.
Yeah.
Usually, sometimes longer. Just depends on who you are in the conversation.
Mhm.
This has been great, but
Who's been your
wasn't-
biggest? I'm going to ask you a question now. Who's been your
Oh.
biggest guest on this podcast?
Ooh.
And I'm not talking weight because that's me. That's me, obviously.
Well,
but
if that's
I'm talking
the case,
about.
I'm not a guest, but that's me. No.
I'm talking about like name wise, like popularity levels. Who's been your
ooh.
biggest guest on here?
Indie, I'd have to say Kenny Urban
Oh,
or
the
Nate
Goose.
Matson,
Goose.
possibly.
Oh, Nate's been on here.
Nate and Benjamin Boone came on together.
Oh,
and we're gonna
Ben
have them
Boone,
on separately.
Sons of Michigan.
Yeah, we're gonna have them on separately
Mm.
soon. Like I said, Kenny Urban and Goose were a
Goose
good
is
one.
great, man. I think Goose is the personality in that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then our other two bigger names, I don't know if a lot of people know him, but this man is Seth Rollins' best friend, Merrick Brave.
Oh,
He was on, but
okay.
before they run Brave, the
Trainer, right?
Black and Brave Wrestling.
oh, nice.
He's been on. And then I think one of our biggest ones that I can say for sure is WWE past wrestler Al Snow.
Oh, Al Snow.
He's
You
been
haven't
on-
had Rhino on this?
Yeah, I
yet?
was just gonna say, Rhino's not been on this show, and it's a
That's
row.
insane.
What's his
quite a-
excuse? Come on.
He's
Well, he's a
he's
busy
very
man.
busy
Yeah, I know that.
with Impact
He's
and
very busy.
IWR, and he's
Man,
got a
Rhino,
boat.
you got to get on this podcast, dude.
Yeah.
This is your area.
We've
Come
definitely
on.
been trying. He's He's told us multiple
Gary
times.
too. Have we had
We could
Gary
do it.
on
We
yet?
just gotta figure out
You
how.
haven't had Gary on here?
Have we had
What?
Gary on?
No.
Wow, Gary.
We're
What's your
trying to get them
excuse?
together.
You're in Monroe.
Even though I know Gary's busy too. Yeah.
trying to-
How
Gary
long
has a
have
lot
you been
going
doing
on.
this?
Huh?
How long have you been doing this?
Just this podcast for almost a little over a year.
Wow.
You definitely got to get
We got
Gary.
Yeah, get
You guys
Rhino
are-
and Gary on.
We've
Come
had
on.
57 episodes.
You had
but-
Jeremiah Goldman on here, right?
Oh,
Yeah, we had him as a guest and then as a co-host
nice.
for some episodes. And he messed up his
Shouts
neck
out, Jeremiah.
and then disappeared.
Shouts out.
Yeah, has a show this weekend.
yeah,
with-
yeah.
He has a show this weekend.
Yes.
Fun fact: BrainJerk Entertainment. That would be us.
Yes.
Everyone. We're having a food competition actually happening there.
Oh yeah, White
Is it White
Castles,
Castle?
right?
Yes.
Oh man, I
Yeah,
would dominate.
it's-
Maybe I'll be there. That
You know,
night.
I love
just
White
dominate
Castle.
that food eating
Absolutely.
It's a
competition.
good late night food.
I think maybe I'll go there, get dinner, and then go to the show.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
It's on the same day as his show,
Oh, yeah,
so he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
talking.
I'm being sarcastic.
What's your meal from White Castle though?
Oh man, I like the number one with cheese.
Here's the-
Everything on it. Onion chips instead of fries.
Here's the bad part. I hate to say this, but I was born down. Well, not this part. I was born downriver, so I lived down there for quite a bit. Bad part is where I used to live before I moved to Monroe. My house was literally right around the corner and behind a White Castle's.
Oh,
So
wow.
literally
I'd be going there all the time.
24/7, basically. All I
Mhm.
smelled was White Castles.
Breakfast,
Breakfast,
lunch,
White
and
Castles,
dinner.
lunch, White
And they
Castles,
do have breakfast. Yeah, people
dinner,
don't
White
do that.
Castles, and then for some reason, anywhere between 12 and 4 a.m., it always smelled like onion chips.
Well,
I
just
love
please
onion
bring me,
chips.
save me some White Castle
So I
burgers.
feel-
You
So I
love
feel
White
like-
Castle, don't you? Don't you?
Yeah.
I feel like that
I
was
love
the
White
main
Castle.
thing. Is
Onion
people were
chips
always
are my
getting
thing.
onion chips late at night for some reason.
I worked at White
Um,
Castle for a short time.
So I really didn't eat it much, but when I did, I would usually get like the chicken bacon cheddar sandwiches. I'd get 2 of those and an order of like fries, and I'd make my own weird
And you
combination
couldn't
of
eat
fries.
a White Castle in one bite, contrary to Papa. I mean, at least I can.
Well, it depends on what type of White Castles and who you are.
If it's just a White Castle cheeseburger, those things are so small.
Yeah,
I
you
literally
talking
fold
about
a
2.
cheeseburger in half and just.
Double cheese.
Golf
Yeah,
it.
I've stacked them before. Oh,
Or
yeah.
you could do that. We've
Stackers.
actually done a competition. I think Jeremiah's the one. No, Jeremiah might have won it. We did a whole crave case,
Oh wow,
for a title.
that'd be that'd be
and
great.
I'm pretty sure Jeremiah won. I think
Eat
That guy can
100.
eat.
he
Jesus.
has
For
two-
somebody so
he has
freaking
2 titles
skinny,
now.
that
for-
guy can
for-
eat.
He's holding 2 titles now from us: the regular BrainJerk Entertainment Eating Champion,
Yeah.
and he's also the BrainJerk Hot Eating Champion now.
Wow.
Where we do everything, but it's all hot
Oh,
now.
I can't do spicy stuff.
So he did multiple different slices of pizza that had multiple different types of peppers and hot sauce,
Oh wow.
and then at the end they just drank like little shots of hot sauce.
Oh my
And
gosh.
This whole
Sounds
challenge
gross.
lasted about
Yeah.
16 minutes.
Sounds horrible.
Like it.
He went through one slice of pizza from each one, and there was 5 different pizzas, and I think he had like 2 or 3 different shots of hot sauce.
Wow.
And then after everything, you had to wait a minute and just let it sit.
Mhm.
Oh man, let's simmer.
And yeah, so Jeremiah did his thing. He got on people's heads, and they went downhill from there, and he ended up winning 2 titles.
Wow.
So he's our 2-time champion,
Probably the only title
first ever 2 champion.
ever gonna win. But
Yeah,
Jesus
the
Christ.
eating titles, that's somebody like me. I should be winning those.
tell me about it.
Yeah,
I went up against him
definitely.
a few times, and I've lost.
I want to challenge him to Golden Corral challenge. There we go. 2 hours Golden Corral.
That-
You have to eat for the entire 2 hours.
Goldman probably could.
Yeah, that guy, he's got a big appetite.
For a little man, he
For a little man, he's got a
he's
big
wild.
appetite. Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy wolfed down whole, like you said, whole pizzas and everything.
oh yeah,
Yes.
it's crazy, and he's fast too. Not just sitting there and just
Oh
eating a
yeah.
lot. He's
See, no,
pretty
I'm
quick.
not about the speed ones. Yeah, speed ones, I'm not so good. But yeah, the eating the most, yeah, that's fine. I can do that. But
Yeah, we
as for
usually
the
do-
speed eating,
You
no.
usually do eat the most in the most of time, or just eat.
What
all
about
of
the
it.
hot dog eating contest? Maybe you should sign up for that 4th of July.
Mm,
Might win that. Beat Joey Chestnut, right?
Joey Chestnut?
Isn't that the guy that wins it every year?
Maybe.
Pretty sure he's like the
I
hot
don't know.
dog eating champion.
I'm not too sure about that one, but I'm not. too
Could be
sure.
Jeremiah.
I'm
Goldman.
winning. I'm winning no contest when it comes to food. at
Krispy
all.
Kreme, don't? Yeah, you win the Krispy Kreme
Ooh.
contest.
No, I don't eat.
Fresh
I
Krispy Kreme
can't.
donut
I
contest?
A dozen Krispy Kremes. That's easy.
I'll win.
I
Yeah, me
can't.
too.
We just to stack them on. Just eat it like a
Yeah,
gigantic
right,
sandwich.
exactly. I mean,
Done.
fat guys, we can get creative how we eat food.
I'm dead.
I mean, we don't
He's
we,
not
we
wrong,
make
though.
we make sandwiches out of things.
Stop with this we stuff. Who's this we?
Okay.
We.
I said we. I'm
We.
thinking me and the gentleman across
I
the
am
way.
here.
Yes, I mean just fat guys in general. We find ways to eat things that
Brother
people don't
Paul
even
is
think
not
about.
afraid to admit I'm a big man and
There's
I'm proud
nothing
of
wrong
it,
with
but
you,
I am
man.
trying to get a little skinnier.
I'm dead.
Oh, aren't we all?
I'm
We
dead.
all are.
I'm
We're
trying to
all
lose the weight, but I'm also at the same time a little proud to be a big man because
Right. The ladies love us. I mean, what are you gonna say? Ladies love big guys.
Yeah, Bubba. The good ladies love you.
Yes, the ladies love some big Bubba luscious. But yeah, eating's great. I've never met a sandwich I didn't like.
Bubba talked more about the food.
Yeah, he got me going. That's another thing.
Any
Fat-
question you
any-
asked
one
or
fat
Reese
guy mentions
asked,
food, and another fat guy is definitely going to
You know
stop
what?
calling this man fat. Why do you keep calling these
said
people
it
fat?
first, so it's okay.
He's a good
Right.
sport.
I said it first, so it's okay.
All the time.
You know what?
Other
Pleasantly
people.
plump.
You know what?
I
We're
mean,
bringing him back. We're gonna have a food. We're gonna
there
have a
we go.
food.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
We
a
We should be
Food
reviewing
one.
restaurants. That's what we could do, man.
We're gonna have
Hit the
we're
road
gonna-
and
we're-
review
we're gonna be-
restaurants.
We're gonna have food talk.
We get to eat for free at restaurants. Hey, we're critics.
Right.
Feed us your best dishes.
We're just two fat men hungry. Just give us
Yes.
food and we'll review it for you.
Yeah, there we
Live
go.
on camera.
Right. There you go. Hey, that could be the start of something beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yes, for sure.
We'll have guest stars here and there too.
Yeah.
Forever Young will be one of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I'll be a guest.
Man.
We'll bring him on for a good one.
Yeah.
See
Yeah,
how
I'll
much
be a
he can
guest.
eat.
Oh, there you go.
See what kind of reviews he can do for
And
us.
Father Marquise could come on.
Oh,
Father. He could probably put away the,
the
food
forever
too. He would-
the forever fathers, huh? Over
Yes.
here doing
Well,
stuff.
they've teamed up a few times.
Oh,
They're
I've
there,
heard
yeah.
good
Yeah.
names and good teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just
thank you.
recently teamed up at MPW.
Oh man, I've had a great time. Thank you.
Yeah,
guys.
me too.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks.
I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you guys came.
Oh,
It was
we're glad to
fantastic.
be here. Yeah, it's a nice,
Absolutely.
fun time. Definitely.
Wish Reese could have stayed the whole time. Wish he could have been here in person.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great.
Definitely would
yeah.
have been a lot more fun. Of course.
Yeah, because I've only seen that guy I've probably seen him at a different show, but IWR.
I've met Reese a couple times. I think I've met him at the horror museum.
probably.
He was there a few times.
Yep.
And speaking of that, the horror museum is great here. That guy's doing some good stuff. with
I'm
that.
gonna message him.
Who, Reese?
Yeah, when I get home, come like I was hoping to meet you in person.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
And fun fact,
you're gonna break.
I
his
did the whole
poor heart.
podcast with my glasses off, so I couldn't see anything.
You're gonna break his poor heart.
Aw.
But yeah, have you been to the horror museum? I'm assuming you have, right? Or
Possibly.
possibly, yeah. I was there one time and
think
checked
I
out. They
think it
did a
was
wrestling
before they
show
did it,
there.
but
MPWA, I think, was there. They did a wrestling show and the horror museum was open. I was in attendance for that. The guy's got some really interesting things in that museum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he likes wrestling too.
So yeah, before we go, is there anything that you guys would like to shout out of yourselves?
I'll shout out the vlog, of course, Forever Young Zoe
Where
on
can they
YouTube.
find you guys? Where do you wrestle?
Yeah, Forever Young Zoe.
Promotion.
Forever Young Zoe on YouTube, and you can see all my matches. And thing died. They can't.
My camera died.
Yeah,
so
his
they
Oh,
can't
camera
see you
died.
guys.
They
can-
can't see you
They can
anymore.
still see
Can't
the
see
best
me,
part
they
of the
can-
podcast.
They can hear me. but
So
they can just
this
see
is
you
live.
guys.
This
Yes.
is live.
Yep. We're
Okay.
still live.
So give your shout out.
Forever Young Zoe on YouTube.
Yes.
Look up the vlogs. Watch the vlogs. That's the main thing I plug. And you see me wrestle at IWR,
Mm-hmm.
Metro.
Yep.
FU.
Yep.
And some other places in Michigan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're all over the
Sorry if I
place.
didn't shout out some other places in Michigan. A lot of
that's fine.
those places. And go to my YouTube channel. I'll post all the
Right.
matches there.
There you go.
Oh,
And
and where are you wrestling this week?
This weekend, Metro Pro.
yes,
On Saturday.
And
Saturday.
nothing on Sunday or Friday.
No.
Okay,
I might
wow.
go watch a show.
Yeah, I might go check out the New Edge show on Friday night.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Alright.
since it's close to
know
my.
more about you.
You know, the shout outs as for me, it's like Metro Pro Wrestling Michigan on Facebook. We have a, go join that page and we keep it all updated with all the news. Yeah, the group and also the PWL is a local access show I do, cable show, which I'll have to have you guys on sometime. That's a fun thing we do. So the PWL and Metro Pro Wrestling Michigan on Facebook, and Johnny Bubba Adkins on Facebook if you want my personal stuff. So,
Yeah, we've got wrestlers and fans from multiple different places. So you never know.
oh yeah,
That's why I said.
and a
just throw it
shout out
there,
to
you
the
never know.
fans everywhere, all
Absolutely.
independent wrestling fans. It's because of you what I'm doing. What I'm doing. Was it because of what he's doing?
We get to do what we like to do because of you guys.
The fans are great.
With that
Yep.
being said, once again, Brother Paul. Can't see me, but you can hear me. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to our guests once again, Forever Young and Johnny Adkins. With that being said, goodbye and good night.
See ya.